In this part, we are going to make an effect that when the card is keep deleting, and when the card number is less than 3, the button color will turn pink, and if we delete one more, and at last there is just one card here, it will become red. We are going to make this dynamic style with JSON object. So first we are going to create a button style. Which have a background color which is equal to null, because we don't want to change any background color when the web is started. And then we add these two conditions. And then at the button we add style equal to button style. Now we save it and let us try it. When we delete one card, it will turn to pink, and if we delete one more, it will turn to red. In this part, we will do the similar thing as the previous lecture. When the numbers of cards is deleting, the colors of this button will change, and this part we will also make the text bold and become black when the number of cards has just become 1. And first we go to the app.css and we have to add the following CSS. And then now we are going to delete the button style, so we are not going to use the inline style. We also delete this object because we also don't need to use this object. And we are going to create the classes. Originally we need the button classes, and then based on these two conditions we will make some changes. We will push the pink classes to the cards when the length is less than 3, and we will also push the red and also the text classes to the button when the card's length is less than 2. So now we can delete this card's name and we change to the dynamic classes. Now we can take a look. When we delete one card, it changes the classes, but the button classes disappear. This is because we forgot to add the join. Otherwise, we will just push the array to the class name rather than the text. So we try again. Now the button become a pink, and when we delete one more, it will become red, and the text will become bold and black. In this part, we are going to do the same effect, but this time we are going to use another library called styled component, and you will see the CSS and the JavaScript can mix it in the same file together very nice. So first we are going to install the styled component. We go to the style component and we copy this line of code and paste it here. And then we go to the top of the file, we delete this figure, and we import styled from styled component. Now we are going to create a button by using constant button and then equal to what we just imported, and we place a bad tag here And now inside this backend, you can paste the CSS that already exists here. So now we can copy exactly the same CSS file and paste it in the app.js. Now we have this new component, and then we can have a try on putting this button at the top of the website. So we back to the render area, and then we place button, and we type toggle. So there are some difference with this button. Now we can take a look. You can see this button, the style is exactly the same with the button that we already created. Now we are going to add some conditions such that it will also can create the same effect when the card is deleted. So which part we are going to depend on, because we depends on the length of the cards or the number of the cards. So this is the name that you can decide, but we are going to use depends on the cards.length. So this is from the above state. So we are depending on the cards.length. So now we can go to the props of the button. Now we can delete this one, and using some template literal, we type props, and since we have the length props, so we can use props.length. So if this is greater than 2, we will use the original color. Otherwise, we will have another conditions, which is if the props.length is less than 2, then this is red, otherwise this is pink. This should be a question mark. We should also add the semicolon. Now we try to delete the card, and you can see both buttons will change to pink, and if we delete one more, both buttons will also turn red. So now there are some more you have to do is to change the font style. So the first one is the color. Instead of just white, we are going to turn black. If this is smaller than or equal to 1, it will then become black, otherwise it will become white. And now we also need to add the font weight. If the props.length is less than or equal to 1, then this is bold, otherwise it will become normal. Also, we have to paste the semicolon at the end. Now we can have a try again. If we delete, this will turn pink, and if we delete one more, both of them turn red, and also the text style also changed.